What's up, superstars? Welcome back to my channel, and today I am going to be doing a look with a palette that I have yet to pick up and actually play with. I've had it for a little second now. So this is going to be primarily a Juvia's Place look featuring the Mauves by Juvia's Place palette. These colors are so gorgeous. I usually gravitate towards pinks and mauves and browns like this, so this is what we're going to be using today to achieve our look. So if you want to see how it's going to come about or come together, keep on watching. Okay, first off, everyone knows by now on this channel, if you've been following me for a while, I do not like talk throughs. I detest them, but today I decided to go ahead and do one today. Just to break up the routine and just do a little bit something that's different. So that's what it's going to be today, so that I can just, talk directly to you guys as I am creating this look. So as you can see, I already did my brows off camera. Done them a gazillion times on this channel before, so my routine hasn't changed. It's nothing new. However, I did decide to use the Morphe micro brow pen, and this one is in the shade Chocolate Mousse, because as you can see, my hair is black today, so I wanted to do a darker brow. So other than that, I just decided to do my brows off camera because it usually takes me a minute to do my brows. Unaware, to you guys, like during the filming and editing process, it usually takes me about, dare I say it, 10-15 minutes to do my brows because I'm so particular about them. So I decided to just do them off camera so that we could jump right into this eyeshadow look. So let's get it cracking. Now today for my eyeshadow primer, I'm going to go ahead and use my e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer. I'm usually not crazy about this. I'm not a fan of this. Which is why I don't pick it up as often, because for me it's a little difficult to work with, I guess because it's putty-like. You have to be particularly fast to use this product to spread it over the eye because it's so thick in consistency that it'll literally almost dry immediately upon contact. So you really have to work with this product like pretty quickly in order to get it on the eye. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to prep my eyes with this, and then I'll be right back. And I usually like to use my fingers when I apply this. And when you apply it, I just do a pull pat motion to get it over my lids, because like I said, this stuff is no joke. It will like pretty much like dry it on contact, or if you don't spread it out enough and you get little areas to where you got like a buildup of product, it can become a problem, as you can see right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just try to work this out, and then I'll come back after this and we'll start on the eyeshadow look. I'm trying to force myself to use this primer, because if I don't, it'll just sit in my drawer. But more than likely, I probably will be getting rid of this in the future, because I just don't like the consistency of this. It's just too dry, and it doesn't really go on as smooth as I would like to. I mean, that's just a hot mess. But if I don't like it enough, I will take it off and I will, use something else. But I think they need to reformulate this, because I'm not crazy about this at all, but I'm going to use it today. So we're going to make this do what it do. And I usually use it with my fingers because, as you can see, it's so drying and I have a hard time getting it on now. So imagine how much trouble I will have if I use even a dense brush to try to get this on. It will be a disaster. Now you tell me if that looks right. Do you see that? Like, no. So after this, I'm not using this anymore. I feel like, e.l.f., if you come across this video right here, y'all need to reformulate this, because this is so difficult to maneuver around on the eyelid that it is ridiculous. So after this, I will not be using this anymore. And I usually love their eye primers, but this is not it. I'm sorry. That's the reason why I don't reach for it that much, because of this patchiness right here. Like, you see that? It is difficult to smooth that out because it's so drying and it's so I don't even want to talk about it anymore. So honestly, we're going to take this off and we are going to apply another eye primer because this right here we're not doing today. I'm going to opt to use my Morphe eyeshadow primer. So we're going to go with this. I'm using my Morphe M173 brush so that I can spread this evenly over my lid. I'm going to use my ColourPop concealer in dark 40 so that I can sculpt out my brows. And I'm going to go above and beneath my brow bone area so that I can kind of clean up my brows. So I'm going to use this. Okay, now that we cleaned up this disaster, I went ahead and I put my Morphe eyeshadow primer on my lid, and I used my concealer by ColourPop in dark 40 for my brow bone and to clean up my brows. Now we're going to go into this palette and we're going to pick up this color right here in the center, and I'm going to use this as my transition color. And I take my color up this high because of the structure of my eyelids, because even though it looks like my crease may begin here, it actually begins up in here, because this, if you feel along your eye right there, you'll feel where, you know, the eye socket is. So mine is actually really up here, so I have to take it up a little bit higher than that in order to get the proper placement for my transition color. So that's the reason why I go like in that area and slightly above it. And then that way when I place my crease, it'll go directly into that socket right there. And that way you can see a transition color between the transition color and the crease color. Now I'm going to take this color right here and I'm going to put this into my crease since it's the darkest color in the palette. I'm using my Morphe M433 brush so that I can place it. And I'm just placing it directly into my crease, because this is actually where my eye socket begins. Like, you can feel that indentation right in there. And as you can see, the more I push back, the more you start to see the natural lining of my crease right there where I'm placing the color at. And I'm just going back and forth, and I'm just dispersing the color. Now I couldn't decide if I wanted to do this or not, or if I was just going to do like a regular soft crease look, but I think I'm going to go with a cut crease look today, because of the fact that this one particular color, well actually two colors in here, they're really, really pretty, and I wanted to get them on the lid. I want a cut crease, and that would be these two colors right down here. And I thought these two would be pretty on a cut crease. So I'm just going to take a brush. In this case, I got this brush, I think, from Michael's Arts and Crafts. And I kind of customize it so that it can be flat, so that when you look at it from the edge, you can see how sharp and precise it is, so that I can get a clean cut crease look. And when you look at it from the top, the edges are really rounded and really sharp, so that we can make sure that the lines are clean as possible. So I'm just going to do a cut crease look using my Revolution cut crease canvas concealer. This one is in the shade Etch, and it looks like this. So I'm going to get a little bit of this on the back of my hand, and we're going to go ahead and cut the crease. It does have an applicator in here. Sometimes I use it, most times I don't, because when I want to be more precise, I will use a brush outside of this applicator in it, even though it's rounded and it's almost in the same similar shape. But I'm just going to go ahead and use this brush to cut my crease on my lids. Now I'm going to place this color right here on the center lid, like from my inner to my center lid. And to avoid fallout, I'm going to use my MAC Fix Plus so that it doesn't be all over my eye. So I'm going to spray this down. Now I'm going to place this color right here on my outer third and blend it into the color that I just placed on my lid. And I'm also going to spray this down with MAC Fix Plus so that it doesn't be all over the place, because it is a glittery shadow. This one has more shimmer than glitter, other than the, as compared to the other color that I just placed on my lid. So we're going to spray that down so that we won't have a lot of fallout. And what I like to do is just go between those two colors and just blend down, and then come in a little bit and bring this across so I can blend those two shadow colors together, and you get like a seamless look and transition between the two colors. And sometimes you can overlap the previous color that you just placed on the eye with the current color that you're applying, and you can get a seamless look that way too. But I like to pack it on first before I do any blending, so that I can get the amount of color that I want on the lid. But yeah, patting between the shadows also helps too. So either way, whichever one is good for you, that's what you go with. I'm going to take this same brush, which is my MAC 242, and I'm going to clean it off in my little spongy thingy. And then I'm going to go back in and pick up the darkest color in this palette, which is this plummy color right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and get the outside crease and kind of fill it in a little bit more and blend it and make it blendable. I'm just going right in, and I'm just kind of bridging those two colors together. Now I'm going to take this brown color right here, and I'm going to add that on top of the outside color that we just placed to kind of deepen it a little bit more. And I'm just keeping it tight, like right in that corner. I'm not really trying to bring it up or over too much, but just to darken that outside crease. I'm just going right in, I'm just blending it in, going back and forth. That's it. It's right there on the outer corner, just to deepen it. Now we're going to take this shade right here, and we're going to apply it to the brow bone area. It's real soft and pretty, and kind of blend it down into the transition color. Since it's close to this in color, I use this as a transition, but we're going to blend this into the brow bone area and kind of blend it out. For that, I'm going to use my Morphe M213 brush, which is this little flat shaded brush right here. It can also be used along the waterline area when you're going along your waterline to apply color, but I like to mostly use this for my brow bone area. I'm going to go ahead and put on my Eris lashes, which is the Kiss Mink Effect collection lashes. in Eris. These are super pretty, and they give like a really light, airy look to your eyes. I'm not doing any eyeliner, so I'm just going to apply these. Before that, though, I'm going to go ahead and put on my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and then I'm going to apply my lashes. Now that I've got my lashes on, I'm just going to take a makeup towel remover, and I'm just going to wrap it around my index finger and go along the side of my eyes and just clean up this area over here where I've also had fallout around here and around my eyes. And I'm doing the same thing over here, just to clean it up over there. Now we're moving on to the face. I'm going to use my e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer to apply all over my face before my foundation. I love this stuff. This stuff is so amazing. I don't know where they went wrong with the eye putty primer, but I think they need to reformulate that because that stuff is very difficult to work with. It's patchy, skippy, all that stuff. I really do not care for the eye putty primer. It's a good product. It's just very difficult to use on my eyes. So that's out. Applying my Juvia's Face liquid foundation. This one is in the shade Rio, and I love this because it's full coverage. I haven't used this in a minute, but I absolutely love this foundation. Put a few dots throughout my face in between this foundation with the LA Colors Truly Matte Foundation. This one is in the shade Cappuccino. It's just to kind of like give a little warmer tone to this one because Rio and another color, if I can't recall the name, those two colors were in between my shade complexion, Rio being the closest, but it's still a little slightly lighter. So that's the reason why I wanted to add this to it so that I can bring some warmth to this foundation throughout my whole face. Now I'm going to highlight my face, and I'm going to use my Juvia's Place multi-use concealer stick. This one is in the shade Dominica, so I love using this to highlight my face with. I'm just going to use my Eco Tools makeup sponge. Now I'm going to use my Juvia's Place concealer in the shade number 7 to contour my face. My favorite, but like I said, I'm going light today, so I'm not going to do a heavy contour on my face. Do it on my face, much less highlighting. But just in general, I have heavy contouring and highlighting unless I can go ahead and work this in. Juvia's Place powder in Gobi. I'm going to go into my Morphe Deep Glam palette, and I'm going to use the shade Supreme to contour my face, which is this shade right here, and set. I'm going into my Saharan Blush 2 palette, and I'm going to sweep the shade B over my cheeks for my cheek color. Juvia's Place highlighter yet. I plan to in the near future. I'm just going to use Zoba out of the same palette, and I'm going to use that as my highlight to go over my face. And I'm using my Sigma Tapered Highlighter F35 brush to apply. I'm going to set my entire face with my Black Radiance Loose Setting Powder in Honeymoon, except for my cheek area because I just did those and I just thought about it after the fact, so I'm kind of doing things in reverse right now. Now I'm going to apply Too Faced's Better Than Sex mascara to my lower lashes. We'll finish by completing the lips. We are now arrived at our final destination, and that is the lips. In this case, it's going to be Juvia's Place lip products in keeping with the whole entire Juvia's Place look. So we're going to use Juvia's Place Cola Lip Liner and an appropriately fitting lipstick for this look since we're using the mauve palette. This is a Mauve Mint by Juvia's Place. So I'm going to go ahead and line the lips first. I'm going to apply some LA Colors Glossy Lips, Clear Lip Gloss over this lipstick. I don't have any of the lip glosses from the Juvia's Place lip collection yet, but I will soon. So that's going to be for another look, but for now we're just going to use this. I'm doing it this way because I don't want to mess up the felt tip applicator on this and muddy it with this lip color and mess it up. I usually don't like to do that when it comes to tip applicators like that on lip glosses or just felt tip applicators like this, because it'll start getting dirty, but it'll also mix colors too, and you won't get the true color of whatever it is that you're placing on your lips before you apply that. So I'm just going to put this on my pinky and I'm just going to rub it over my lips. I hate that when you put on too much gloss or too much lip product and it starts doing that little stringy thing when your lips touch together. So one trick I've learned in order to keep that from happening, you can see that, right? Take your finger, form your lips into an O, and insert your finger into your mouth and pull it out. And see, you get a lot of that product on your lips, but It's not doing that weird sticky stringy thing on your lips anymore. So yeah, that's just a little quick hack so that you don't have like excess product on your lips. I think that completes our look, guys. So here's the finished product or the finished look. Like this look, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will check in with you superstars later. More looks to come. I'm also getting ready to drop that long-awaited video that some of you have been requesting, which is my iOS 14 widget customization home screen on my iPhone, so you guys can get an idea of what my setup looks like. So I will check in with you superstars later. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're a first timer, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you join the superstars here on my channel. So this is like superstar land. I know it sounds corny, but I'm just trying to think. My mind is just all over the place. But yeah, if you're a first time visitor, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and there will be more videos to come. And I will see you superstars later. You all will be blessed and be well.